Hey YouTube, just got done tiling the bottom third or so of my shower here. I'm using just some basic 4-inch ceramic subway tile I got at Lowe's, and using the Schluter Kerdi board and Kerdi band backing system. Had kind of a weird experience and I just wanted to share it, perhaps provide a note of caution on this. So I put my tiles on, everything was looking good. I was doing my final check and noticed that the very bottom row of tiles seemed very loose. So I took the tiles off, took a look at them. The coverage on it seemed okay, but I did some more back buttering on them. You can see that there. Put them back on and just saw no improvement. And I'm thinking, what is going on here? So I took a closer look and I realized it wasn't my tiles, it wasn't the thin set, it wasn't me, it wasn't my trowel. It was the Kerdi band. So as the final step in prepping the backing system here, they'll have you apply a Kerdi band all the way around the perimeter like that, where the tub deck meets the Kerdi boards. Now this step never made a whole lot of sense to me because the point of the Kerdi band is to cover the gaps between the boards and then cover up the washers. But down at the bottom here, the board is already overlapping the tub deck lip or flange, whatever you want to call it. And then there's also a layer of sealant to cover that 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch gap or so. So I really didn't understand what the point of that band was. It seemed to me that you could just cover up the washers the same way you would with any other ones, and that would be it. But anyway, back to the problem. What was actually happening here is they say embed the band in thinset, and I did that. You can see that layer of thinset back there. That was adequate to hold the band to the board, but once I put the tile on, it started to kind of come loose like that. And many of the tiles were just really flapping in the breeze, essentially. They were sticking to the band, but the band was no longer sticking to the board. So what I did as a quick fix is I just went around, cut slits in the band every 9 inches or so. I had just enough thinset left to throw some thinset under there to put a fresh layer. Waited about half an hour till it started to stick, and then completely reapplied fresh tiles with adequate layer of back buttering. And these are sticking on much better. They're not wiggling the way the ones were before. So if I could give some advice to anybody doing a job like this, I would say don't do this bottom layer of Kerdi band, especially if you're using tiles that are under 5 inches, which is the width of the Kerdi band is 5 inches. So if you're using tiles that are 4 inches, 5 inches, actually maybe even 6 inches, you might run into the same problem where the tiles kind of stick to the band and the band starts to come loose. So that's just my 2 cents. I'll be back tiling the rest of the shower tomorrow.